精英都想要去读哈罗，那哈罗有什么不一样呢？
Amazing heritage and history, and in the same corridors as where Winston Churchill went, Benedict Cumberbatch, various amazing people. That rubs off a bit on the pupils. They know they're in a great place, and it helps them aspire to achieve great things themselves. So that's one thing. But I would say particularly special is that those schools are able to recruit the most amazing teachers, very knowledgeable, very hardworking, 24-hour job in a boarding school.
所以师从名师非常重要。
Absolutely right. In any great school, it's built around of wonderful teachers. So I, as a leader, have as one of my primary tasks to recruit and retain the best teachers. There are lots of knowledgeable, well-qualified people in the world, but not all of them are capable of inspiring people. And that's about relationships, passion, communication.
您觉得培养出来的这些孩子，他们要在这个社会里面扮演什么样的角色，是您所期待的？
What is real fulfillment? What is real happiness? People that go to great schools, they have huge privilege. So one of the key things that those schools must do is to help young people understand that they become good for society and not self-serving. If the world is a better place as a result, then we've done a good job as a school. It's not just about striving for the perfect CV, going to the famous university. There is more to life than that.
您接触了英国的家长，接触了中国的家长，您觉得这些家长对孩子教育的期许有什么不一样？
In China, there is a very admirable respect for the importance of education. As a teacher, as a leader, as a school, you feel an intensity of support and aspiration from Chinese parents. A greater emphasis on measurable outcomes like grades. In the UK, it's still important to many, but I think there's quite an holistic picture about that balance of activity, happiness. There is much more demand about delivering extracurricular activity. So lots of schools in the UK are sports obsessed. The students probably will do serious sport for about 2 to 3 hours per day in a way that you don't quite see in China.
中国的孩子怎么样才能够进入到世界顶级的名校？怎么把这个人群变多？
Yeah, it's a really interesting question. There are thousands of Chinese applicants for the Western boarding schools and the colleges and universities. Most of those candidates will have good grade, they will have a list of achievement that all look pretty similar. If they can prove they have done something in a deep, they can show, they can research, they can create, they can develop. That makes a huge difference. And proficiency in speaking English, the ability to articulate ideas in English, to debate, to argue. Western school, there is a lot of student-to-student education. They debate and argue with each other in class, and the teacher sometimes stands back and allows it to happen. Whereas what I notice in China, out of deference to the teacher, there isn't much of that. The students will feel as though they must defer to the teacher the whole time. Conversation and debate, those are really important areas, particularly for Chinese children.
对，就是我们中国的孩子很难清晰的表达，就是我们中国人讲究内敛，怎么样帮助我们孩子建立自信？
That's a really, really great question for all parents. One is give them the opportunity to find at least one area of recreation or study or a hobby they really love and they can gain some sense of achievement. Another obvious thing is we're creating for them as a family an unconditionally loving environment, even if they make some mistakes, so they feel they can talk about even the difficult things, their failures, their worries, and their concerns. If you feel loved, you tend to feel better about yourself, more confident as a person. I think through that, confidence can be built.
慧董怎么可以做到短短的时间里面圈粉中国家长？
Well, thank you. Good to know that in our short history, we've made a bit of an impact. My team and I and all of the people who work here are striving to make this one of the excellent schools, not just in China, but in the world. So I think there are a few reasons why we may have made a bit of an impact. One is an amazing team drawn from different backgrounds, including in China, kind of school we're creating, which is to have no preconceptions, confidently pick the best of traditional and innovative education and put it together to do the best job for 21st century children. We also have the most amazing building designed by Renzo Piano. This space is conducive to exhibiting creativity. So whether you're a scientist or you're a humanities student or an artist, it it just feels like you're able to exhibit your achievements and creations. When I first visited this site as the school was being built, there were hardly any buildings around it. And now look, the place has grown and is expanding and is full of entrepreneurial spirit. So that adds to the sense of innovation and excitement too.
所以您觉得创造力是对于一个孩子最重要的吗？
It's one of them. Good heart and motivation, a desire to learn is also highly significant.
会同有5个运动的学院，而且我看这5个运动有赛艇、帆船、马术、高尔夫。会同花这么大的成本和代价让孩子去运动，运动带给孩子到底是什么？你为什么这么重视体育？
I did crew rowing at Oxford. Whole experience of training hard, being in a team. I learned so much about myself, test one's limit, developing resilient leadership. Actually, it's been a major influence on me as a person. And it's one of the reasons why I went into boarding school education, because I could not only teach mathematics, but also do a lot of physical exercise and activities with the students. It's not just about, oh, this will help me with my college applications. Actually, it's of real help about genuine development of the personality.
您有看过《人生7年》吗？不同阶层的家庭，然后他选择对孩子不同的教育，最后他人生的结果也是不一样的。教育是否真的可以改变一个人的命运？
Education clearly has great influence on life outcomes. More colleges and universities to choose from. They've got more opportunities in life. I'm, still in touch with many of my contemporaries at university, and that's great for friendship, but also we've helped one another's prospect. One of the huge advantages of going to Oxford, Harvard, Stanford, Cambridge, wherever it may be, is that you tend to have a powerful network of contact. Educational background, it doesn't determine everything, but the right background and the right environment provides amazing opportunity. Let's make sure we take the advantages we're given. Yes, really appreciate the opportunity.
特别开心。我觉得我们聊这个东西，就是其实还是对教育界的这个分享有很多的帮助。我是来自于河南，就是我们河南每一年有100多万的考生，有将近大几十万的孩子是没有学上的。所以我为什么特别想要去做教育，就是我想去让大家了解不同维度的教育的这种信息差，拉平很多的信息差。
Well, I hope it's of interest to people, but it's
Thank you.
wonderful to meet you.